here again, What Sibling Rivalry, the podcast. We are joined by the children of the siblings. This is my daughter, Tyler Kimani Scott.
Hello.
And that is
my son, his nephew,
Austin
Carrington Scott.
Austin Carrington Scott.
Got some
The
long
one and
names.
only. The one and only.
The
The one and only.
the one and only. Yeah, so this is fun. It's gonna be a fun episode. 'cause
Okay, we'll see.
We got some.
Oh, no, you
Mama, you gotta bring it down.
We gonna loosen you up. We gonna loosen you up.
She already mad.
She's already tense.
She already got this.
We'll see.
We're gonna see how this goes. But we were both single parents growing up.
We weren't single parents growing up.
I mean, not growing up. You know.
Say,
Yeah. Okay,
We
Captain.
two parents.
Yeah, we weren't.
decided to be
We were
single
both
parents.
single
I'm
parents
always
growing them up.
family.
We were both single parents raising them. We were separated from the mothers and fathers of the situation. So how was that for you?
How was what for me?
Being a single parent.
Well, you know, for me, for being a single parent, it was my decision.
Mhm.
So, since it was my decision that I consciously made, I was ready to be a single
It was
parent.
your decision to be a single parent, or you were like, I'm having a son, and the daddy's got to go away. What do you mean by that?
I wasn't married when I decided to have Austin, so I was
she-
single.
she-
Okay,
So I knew
so
I
not
was
in a
consciously a
relationship.
single. I was a full-grown adult.
Right.
So it wasn't like it wasn't a situation where I
There
was
no
married
plans
and there
with
was
my father, like in the long run.
no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Yeah, that's what I was
there. I wasn't married, so I was single. So it wasn't a situation like where I was married and then I got divorced and then I was single.
Right.
And that's a different scenario because they
Right.
went
She
in married.
said she already knew.
Oh, so
what
she's
she
saying-
I was married.
Since you weren't married, you
full-grown
didn't have
adult
that
and I
full
wasn't married.
commitment.
I feel like if you're married and
So-
you have a child and you decide and you want to have a child and you decide to have a child, that's what you're owning your commitment
But you can
to.
also be in a relationship, and you're not a single parent if you're in the relationship, not necessarily married.
You're a single parent if you're not married.
No.
Let's
No.
just be clear.
No,
You're
no.
single.
No.
What do you
No.
check
If
off?
you're in a-
If you're not
I feel
married,
like-
if you file taxes, you're checking off single. You're
What
single.
about the
Okay.
common law
Yeah, because
couple?
if you're in I have friends that have kids that have never been married, and they're not single parents, and they've been in a relationship for 10 years.
And their
They're
children
in
wouldn't
the
say
same-
they're single.
Yeah,
like,
they would
I'm
say
not
we
raised by a
yeah.
single mom.
They
but
wouldn't say they're
yeah,
raised by a single mom.
They go
Yeah,
out
they
together.
still say they have a two-parent household.
Yeah.
They're just not.
They got two parents in the
Okay,
household.
they can be in that delusion if they want to. They're still single. At the end of the day,
I would
he's
agree with
not.
that.
You know, there's
yeah.
legal rights you even don't have if you're not legally married.
I guess it's all
Even if you're
perspective.
with someone,
Yeah.
that's not perspective. That's the law.
I mean,
like
I
if you're
understand
like
the
not
legal
married,
rights of it, but
you're
a
single.
kid would never say,
Who's law?
my mother and daddy, I was raised by a single parent if their mother and father were in the house just because they weren't
The
married.
kid wouldn't view it that way.
First
but-
of all,
Yeah.
okay, well, the kid doesn't have to say it anyway. You can make anything you want to say about yourself. You can say if that's the case. I mean, like your parents aren't married; they aren't.
Okay.
You're single. I mean, they're both single.
Okay. Well,
That's all I'm saying. And I wasn't
I-
married, so I'm talking about me. I was
Okay.
not married. I was
Mhm.
single. I consciously wanted to have a child, so I was elated to have Austin.
Right.
I wanted a boy, so I was fully in for the whole responsibility of it. It wasn't like I felt like, you know, if I'm always looking at my responsibility in something, so I was fully committed to being the best mom, and I felt it's even in Austin's life that my commitment to him was he would never have to have a life based on him feeling like he had a single mom. So whatever two-parent house, whatever my parents gave to us, I was going to work and provide for Austin. So
Yeah.
no matter what I had to do that, it was going to be that way. So it wasn't ever a decision in his life that it would have to be based on, oh, you know, you're a single, your mom is not married, and you're you're raised by a single parent, so you can't have this.
Right.
So that was not going to
There's
ever
gonna be
be a
no
serious. So
lacking.
Austin's life, outside of his dad not being in the household, and that involved at certain periods of his life, was equivalent to any two-parent household. Like the friends of his who had parents, and the friends of mine who were married.
In terms of the opportunities.
In terms of
and things he had.
opportunity, the wealth, and all that.
Right.
Now in hindsight, for me, I feel like that was the most fulfilling decision to make, but it was one of the most selfish decisions I made because I made a decision about somebody else's life
Right.
without them being involved in that decision. Like
Right.
he may not have wanted to have a single parent household. He may be a type that wanted to have a whole nuclear family.
Right.
So, but I made a decision based on what I wanted for somebody else. So it's like that was the most fulfilling decision for me, but it also, in my hindsight, was the one time that I made a totally selfish decision.
And that's a good point that you said it, because we as parents, when we, like you said, if you're not married and you're in a relationship and you don't, because our situation was different. I was with her mother at the time of us being together, but we weren't married or anything like that. We were dating, we were young. But I knew I wasn't going to make it.
I was say you wasn't together for 8 years.
Yeah, exactly. You were only together for like a year, but I knew it wasn't going to make it.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
Right.
you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much.
It wasn't that long
It wasn't
until I popped out.
It wasn't that long. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
If
It wasn't that long.
Tyler had
But
to come, it probably would have been less.
no, it would have been less. It would.
Right.
Yeah, it would. Definitely would have been less. But it,
See,
like
that's
you
what I'm
said,
saying
it
about
was.
the delusion.
But it was
Just keep
it-
it real.
No, it's not delusion. I'm talking about people who are in committed relationships. I wasn't that person. I wasn't delusional in thinking that. But I'm saying the selfish part was I knew we weren't going to be together, but I also knew that, now I got to raise this child, and how's it going to work? So I was like, well, I'm just going to be there, and we're going to figure it out. So it was selfish in terms of, because it was times that Tyler would be like, I want y'all to be together. And I'd be like, oh, hell no.
And I was like 4. And then I slowly came to terms with like, oh, they don't need to be together.
Yeah. I was
It's
like-
probably for the best that they were separated.
Yeah. Somebody would be up on some charges.
Yeah, so
So how did you
cope with.
cope with it? Yes.
I mean, when I was little, like 4, I used to be like sad and be like, oh, I want parents in 2 houses. And then I got older and then I realized I had double everything because I had 2
Start
different
working
places.
the system.
And then, like, I realized that probably was best that you guys ended it before I came into this world,
Oh, we didn't end it before you came
Oh,
to this
I don't
world.
know.
Just before you
I
can
just,
remember.
I would say I didn't
Yes.
remember. But
Before you can
it
remember.
probably was best
Yeah.
for all parties.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's probably another reason why I didn't want siblings, because I felt like it was just enough dealing with you two.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Just
and
enough.
the sharing.
It was just
And
enough,
the sharing.
It was
And what about
you, Austin?
Well, growing up was a little different. I have a really imaginative mind, so
Uh-huh.
for a lot of different scenarios, I put myself in like what ifs. Like what if I had a dad here? What if I feel like you had made me mad in a sense? I'd be like, well, shoot, what would have been different if I had blah 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 here? But over time, I got over it, and now I don't
You
even
didn't
think
have
of
anywhere
it.
to go.
nowhere to run.
Diabolical scheme.
You're like Penny from Good Times.
Where do you go
I know
now?
you're gonna run in there, so I locked the
I think you
door.
quote that one time too, like I'm gonna go with my dad.
I'm
I'm
going with
like,
dad for the summer or something.
Oh,
not a
yeah.
problem. You wanna go? Okay, go. You can right ahead.
I remember
Not
that
gonna threaten me.
that was because Austin, when he cried,
He's like,
his whole face gets
uh-oh.
red, and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" My mama said I could go live with my daddy. I was like, "Well, why would she say that? That sounds crazy." I said, well, "I want to go live with her." She was like, "Go ahead." I was like, "Well, you shot your shot there. You think she was gonna call your bluff on that one?" I don't think. He was like, "Oh, Kente, do you think she's gonna make me go?" I was like, "I don't know, but she's probably gonna say sorry." Yeah. So what is as our children? What is one of your fondest childhood memories? Because you guys were like, you guys are cousins.
I would say
But
that
you're like
Austin's like my
siblings.
brother.
Yeah, that's like your brother. Yeah.
So-
And you don't argue.
The fondest one that was funny was every time me and Tyler would leave each other when we were younger, we'd always cry.
Cry.
For like an hour.
Like,
Yeah, they would cry like the sisters in Color Purple.
yeah.
And one time we did it so well that
yeah, we would stay. I would.
I was
always-
about
Either
to leave. I was out there for you guys for like a month,
Mm-hmm.
and we cried, and we were on our way out. We were in the garage, and then my mom was like, "You know what? Let's see if Tyler can go with us for the week."
Yeah, it's either
Yeah,
I
I
would go
went
with
back
him
upstairs,
or Austin
Tyler
would stay
packed
for
it back
like
real
2 more
quick.
days, and we
And
still
Tyler
would
got
cry
to
at the
go,
end
yeah,
either way.
yeah.
But
Still working.
we still would cry, but
Right, but after that, other week it gave you a little, like
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
just
A little
such a hard cut. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Right.
we got another week, so
Mhm.
then you're sad, but you're not like
Right.
sad. You're like,
yeah,
oh,
it's like, oh,
Every single time. That was
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
well,
I don't
kids
even-
do that. We used to do that with
I
our
don't even
cousins.
think you remember, but I enjoyed, like, Shonda came to LA like soon after you were born
Mm-hmm.
and stayed for
3
like,
months.
You stayed for like 3 months?
No, I don't know if I stayed that long.
Oh, okay, he was 3 months old,
when
but
I
you
came.
stayed for like almost a month.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I was thinking about moving to LA. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was always going to LA. I was
Yeah.
coming to Oakland because my doctor was here, flying
Mhm.
back and forth from Vegas. And then I was like going to go back. We were going to go back to Vegas, or I was like always wanted to get to
Right.
LA. So I'm like, oh, we'll go to LA. We'll go to LA. So I probably came to see.
Yeah, and you stayed for like a month, so it was like little Stino was there.
Yeah.
But then Tyler got to stay because she would be over my house every other week. And then I was like, well, she was like, well, mommy. She was like 3. She put the little face on
Right.
it. She stayed for like almost the whole time
All right.
at our house. So it was like,
And then as we got older, Austin would just come with me to my mom's house. Like, come on, Austin, let's
Yeah.
go.
Right.
Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go to my mom's house.
Right.
Austin was the ambassador. He was
Yeah,
the one that
like,
was accepted over
I
there.
think
Yeah.
I was like 12. You were like 8. We went to my
Everybody
family
likes Austin.
reunion.
Yeah.
We stayed up till like 4 in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
nice.
That was
Yeah.
one of the summers because you guys would always come go to
LA.
LA
For a
for
month.
the summer for a few weeks.
Yes, I
Yeah.
always love the fact that my mom's side still was like, oh yeah, Austin. Like my granny still be like, Austin, where's Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
Come see me.
Austin, he can come in, click. Go, hey, I'm out here.
No, only Austin.
Yeah, only
you know,
Austin.
You know one.
Yeah.
Austin's the
But
ambassador.
it was good. And then, yeah, I remember that time you guys stayed out and Shonda was like, where are the children? I was like, oh, somewhere in Long
Oh,
Beach.
we went to eat, we went
Yeah.
bowling,
'Cause I
we
would
went
randomly
to
call.
Denny's.
I would
Yeah.
randomly
Yes.
call. Like if I randomly call and then you can't find somebody, then
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, really, what's going on? Because
Yeah,
it's
and
like normally I'm not even thinking about it, but if I like get this something that's like, oh, just call,
I
and I
don't
just
think-
call for some random reason,
Right.
not
Oh,
even
yeah, you-
check.
you
You
can-
know,
Yeah.
like really,
Yeah.
you're
You'll
not
call and
answering
be
the phone?
like,
I didn't
I forgot what I was
call.
calling you
2 in the
for.
morning.
Because Austin was young, so I don't even think he had a phone.
He didn't
I
have a
think
phone.
I think the
It was-
next day or like Austin told you was like, hey, yeah, mom, we was all out till bowling till 4
No,
in
I
the morning.
think-
No,
is
she
that even-
called me.
Yeah, I called somebody.
But I was like, she didn't talk to y'all till the next day. But I was like, they at the family reunion. She was like,
Yeah.
you just let them go to the family reunion? And I'd always be like, yeah, that's freedom for me. So,
Yeah.
yeah, let them go.
And I'm still like that. Like
Yeah.
Austin, like doesn't call. I'm like, where are you? You don't just show
Like,
up to play. Like I'm
last
like,
night.
really? Like yeah, like just last night.
Yeah.
Like, does anyone know where Austin is?
I was dead
And I'm
sleep.
like, how you don't
Shonda,
know? I just wake up in the middle of the night and
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Where's Austin?
And then when, his dog is like hovering around me, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, Austin's not here because the dog wouldn't even be talking to me. If
And
the
she
dude-
called at
yeah.
like 3 in the morning. I never hear the phone ring. For some reason, I saw the phone. I was like, Shonda. I was like, oh, hello. And she was like, hey. I was like, yeah, what's up? Where's Austin? I was like, oh, no. I'm in the bed asleep. She said it, but she said it like she wanted me to go through the house and check
And
all
look
the
for
rooms.
it, like-
I said
And
it like I thought you might say,
Yeah.
oh, he's in here.
Yeah,
or
no.
something.
I was like, no, I ain't. Tyler's in bed sleeping. Because we had just got
I
in.
spoke with
So are
him.
Yeah.
you like that with Tyler? Like Tyler can be out all night. You don't ever really think about her.
the thing,
or where
the
she
thing
is.
with Tyler, it's the same thing.
Right.
We were
Okay.
raised
Because
like
I'm
that.
just saying,
The
what
thing is,
parent? Because I need to get that.
No,
Because
no,
I'm like,
it's-
I don't
it's-
need to care. I could just be fine with
And
like
Mama
you're out
used to say
and
that to
gone.
us. She
Right.
was like, if you're out, when you're in LA, I
Right.
don't worry about you like that.
Right.
But when you're in our town, I worry about
It's
you
just a
because it's
respect thing.
proximity.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyler's thing is even though she's grown, you can't let the sunlight catch you without letting me know where you are. You can stay out, but let
Right,
me know
letting
where
it
you
right.
are.
I might text him like in the middle, like if I'm out and I'm staying at my friends, I'll text him at 3 in the
Right.
morning.
Because
That's
like,
how
you're
I
not
am.
gonna say it. You're
My
like,
bad.
okay, what are you gonna
Right.
say? Come
Exactly.
home?
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I own my house, and
Right.
my dad lives with me. I still considerately tell him like where I'm going, what
Yeah.
I'm going to.
You
I
said
can
you tell him
literally-
nothing.
He
He's
just said
lying.
listen. There's no time where I'm like staying out all night
sure
and
Patrick
they don't
will
know where
get
I
to it.
am. Like
Yeah.
nobody knows because people just worry just
Yeah.
naturally.
And then when I
like,
come
about
home,
people.
like when I come home to Oakland, and like if I'm at Madeira's house, she'll be like, so what time did you get home? I'm like, you saw it
Right.
on the ring, but you have to let them know. I mean, I think I learned that when I came home
in college,
In college,
yeah.
the first
Yeah.
I
summer
tried
in
to pull
college,
that 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, walk
going
in,
through-
the
like-
first
yeah.
summer in college, I didn't come home, and it was pagers back then. It was my pager was blowing up, and I called at like 6 in the morning. She's like, you can't just be coming home. And that's when she said the thing, but it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
You ain't grown enough. You never grown enough to not tell your parents
You're not.
where you at.
Grandmommy's 101.
Exactly.
If mommy does not, if she finds out from somebody else that my mom is going somewhere out of town, she still checks
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she, like, really?
Exactly.
These
It's the
people,
rules.
these grandparents, and they
Yeah.
like, they could be great grandparents too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They just, it's like the rules. Like, you're still somebody's mom. You're still that much older than them, no
Right.
matter how old they get. You still
So the point
their
is,
parent.
you're gonna have to call your mom.
He's going to call her.
Oh,
He's going to have
you
some
have to text.
serious. It's going to be some serious
Uh-oh.
disconnections in
Uh-oh.
certain areas.
Even if
and
you
it's
gotta
gonna
wake
be
up in the
fine.
middle of the
Yeah.
night,
You
like,
might be-
hey,
you
my
might wanna do
bad.
it.
It's just for me.
You
It's
don't-
just for me. Really? You know what I mean?
And and that don't be the one you want to have disconnects with. I done told you this all your life.
Because I'm fine.
That's not the
I'm
one.
100% with a man being a full-grown man with all full-grown responsibility. I really am. Like, I love men to be very responsible,
Right.
have their own thing. I am totally like Southern Belle about that. So the one that I raised and grew up to be that. Oh, I'm like, okay, all right.
Sir.
Don't do it
Let's
yet.
go.
I'm just saying, don't do it
Let's
yet,
go.
Austin. I'm on
'Cause
your
then
side.
I mean, because I
Uncle
really
Kente
have that
talking.
disconnect. I don't like
Yeah.
to be checking you and bossing you and running around.
Right.
Like, you got everything going, you fully doing your own. That's cool. Then I got to work. That's where I got to work me.
All right,
So-
got real. Moving on. How about how was dating as a single parent?
For me or for him?
Not him. You.
So
You
wait,
the
what
one
was so
parent.
funny is that one, I don't even know how people also didn't even know that I dated because I'm like private anyway. But then also, you know,
Auntie
you don't want
Charlotte keeps
people just
everything
coming in and out of their lives,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
But there are certain people in my life that really bonded with Austin, and that was important to me. So even if we weren't together anymore, they still had a relationship with Austin as a friend. Like, you know, like
Right.
one friend of mine, Austin wasn't that interested in reading, and he made reading fun to Austin. So he would come over and read with Austin, and they would hang out. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
just like cool. And I was over. You know, we were now just friends. So I'm like, if you're gonna be, you know, a person that cares that much about somebody else's child to make sure that they develop and grow and do things that are supportive of them, I'm like, then I'm not
Right.
tripping off of like, what's going on with us kind of thing. I'm like,
Right.
you know, it's because my whole focus with Austin was all about Austin. Like,
Yes.
even if I didn't, like, I even made decisions not to even get married in certain situations because if I felt like it was going to compromise Austin's life and
Oh.
livelihood, then I was not do that.
Right.
But the funny part is that not too long ago, me and Austin, we actually we it was kind of like a double date, but it was
Wait,
not-
what a minute.
No, it was
Wait
kinda
a
funny.
minute. What?
That's it, never, and yeah, but like it was so random. It was so funny.
It was.
Do tell, do
I was
tell.
like, I need
So
to
if I
know.
was dating, the guy was dating, he was in town,
Uh-huh.
and we were out of town. We were in Sacramento, and Austin and his girl he was dating, we all went and then went out to dinner.
How
we
was
went out
that?
to dinner together. So
Oh,
I don't know. So I
great.
meant to ask her to think about it because it was just so not. It was like such a just nothing. It was just cool. It wasn't
Right.
like any kind of big like drama.
Okay.
Major
That's
like
cute.
So
scoop.
casual,
Yeah.
you know.
I've never double dated with Tyler.
No.
I mean,
I
it
would
wasn't
like to
that
double
kind of
date
plan,
now
but it
because I
was
think
like
your taste has gotten better.
My taste, I think your taste has gotten better.
I
If
think
we
your
don't
taste
talk
is-
about taste up
I
in this
think your
bitch,
taste has
first of
gotten
all,
better.
let's not talk about taste up
Only
in here.
because
Your taste
I
is
had
just-
two encounters with grown women at the age of 4 or 5 that like pulled me to the side and like low key was like, you know, I'm the woman in his life now. It was Aaron did one
You
at
didn't
the
have to give
beach.
names.
You didn't have to say
Okay,
names.
my bad. One, it was 2, and I was
Okay.
just like, I'm fine,
they were
man.
out territorial with you
Yeah,
like
very.
that.
Well, first of all, no, they didn't. Because
Yes, she did.
she knew the first one when she was little. They used to play together at the drama ministry at church. Then all of a sudden, when she became my girlfriend, then it was like, I don't like her
I
no
will tell
more.
the story.
Right.
We were at the beach and we were playing with sand crabs, and I guess she was scared of sand crabs, and I was like, you know, playing like
Nobody
don't be
wants
scared.
crabs.
Like don't be scared of the sand.
Balls.
Don't be scared of sand crabs. And like
Oh,
my dad
yeah.
went to the car for something, and she was just like, you know, I'm a grown woman, and you don't talk to me like that. And I was just like,
So they would do stuff behind your dad's
Yeah.
back.
Yes.
And it's the first time
and
I
he
heard this
would,
story.
he would,
How
Ever
old
in
you?
life.
even
How
Shiro. That's why.
Oh, you
When
give
you
all
keep
names.
naming
I'm
names,
sorry,
you
I'm
just gonna
sorry,
keep
I'm
dropping
sorry.
names up
Sorry,
in this
my
thing.
bad.
You got something else.
What,
My bad.
what did you think about? Did you think it was a double date, or what did you think, or did you just kind of
I
just
mean,
like?
you know how I am. It was casual to me. I didn't even
I
think.
feel
I
so
mean, I guess it was a
nonchalant.
double date.
I know it wasn't like a
It wasn't
plan.
good.
Like let's pick each other up and go to the movies. It's like we were together, they were together, we all went to dinner
Dinner.
after.
Those are
we
the best,
hung out
the
at
best
game.
situations, the spontaneous moments. It was pretty spontaneous, honestly.
He's so hippie.
It kind of was spontaneous because we didn't
Yeah.
necessarily plan to take you
We was
guys.
we was
were
planning to go to
going
the game.
eat, but we weren't planning to take you. I knew we were going to eat, but I didn't go out to dinner. We didn't necessarily plan that you guys would come.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And then he was like, "Where are your son?"
and everybody was real
Let's go
comfortable,
out."
so it was even better.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's a good one. I think your tastes have gotten better too.
Thanks,
Now we
Dad.
could double date. I mean, just now.
Um,
Like literally.
yours just now.
No, yours just now because we're not gonna talk about the last
Anyway.
one. Exactly.
Vroom vroom
See,
on my
but my
scooter.
most people that I've dated, the family has liked, so
Yeah.
I haven't really
Yeah.
had
Well,
an issue with. I mean, I've had. I mean, there's been
There's
one
been
or
several
two that
too.
people are like,
Yeah.
But I mean, but for the most part, that's what I always said about since we had mostly men in our family.
Mm-hmm.
That when a man comes around, if they like sports, you kind
Oh,
of
yeah, you
bond.
feel
Like
it.
as soon
Yeah.
as you come in, it's like you don't even know each other. It's like, hey, dude, come on, sit down. So it's like
Yeah.
different than when you bring a woman in because
Right.
then she has to go. usually you're in the
Play
kitchen
nice,
and
nasty,
play
yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
and everybody's like looking. Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Who is
she's.
that?
And you got to
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah.
You know, you can't come in there with no attitude. Well, men, they don't even get to that.
Right.
It's like you usually
Yeah, but he's
sports
cool.
usually bond.
Yeah.
Everybody in there watching the game, and they cool. And then they like, oh, we like him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, really, you don't even know the person, but yeah, you
Right.
like them because they're cool and
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah.
And don't let them have a celebrity on it, because then they're like, oh, we liked you.
Oh, yeah, from
Because
jump.
this one,
Yeah.
the guy that I was dating, my cousins, we were all together, and we
Mm-hmm.
had gone to meet up with him. And her friend, that was just her friend, this guy that liked her, didn't know who we were meeting.
Right.
So he's like taking us, oh, I'll take you guys to go
Yeah.
meet him. So we go meet him. He can't even stop the car. When he sees who the person is, he like, the car's still, we laugh about this today, the car's still rolling. This grown old man is hopping over the car to try to get to the guy. And he's like, well, let me say hi to Sean. Wait, I don't even know you. No, it wasn't like that, but it
Yeah.
was so
He was like,
funny.
"What the way, Sean?
It's so
How you
funny
doing?
to
Nice to
see,
meet you.
yeah,
Such
like
a
all of
fan."
a sudden. So, you know,
Yeah.
like a person like that could easily come
Right.
to your family, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, because
with that.
men are easy. Like unless they do something to, like, the ones I didn't like was somebody
Right.
who did something to you.
Right. Then you don't
your-
like
yeah,
them. You
and
gotta make yourself
even
not
the
like
celebrity ones, I was like, I don't like him because he talked about your funny style. But not that celebrity one.
Right, I know what you mean.
She's had several celebrities. She's a celebrity.
He wasn't a celebrity. He was one.
but
wannabe.
That one.
but ladies, yeah, it's a different kind of protective aura around the men in our family. Like, you know, so it's like,
Yeah.
hey, you got to get through all of this and all that, because this one started at 3. I brought a lady home, and it wasn't planned.
3. She was 1 crawling. She was not
No,
3.
not that. Oh, that was the
Yeah.
first one. Oh yeah, you started
That was
18
like
months.
1.5.
Started
right.
18 months. That was a girlfriend. And
shutting
she
down.
slid down the stairs and was like, "That's my daddy."
And that woman still
broke
remembers
up.
it today.
Scarred
How
to
does
this
she-
day.
She still
Yeah.
comments like,
Yeah.
I remember when she pushed me
Because
away.
we broke
Easily.
up like 2 days later. Because she was like, "You got to check your daughter." I was like, first of all, no,
I'm a baby.
that's the daughter,
Right.
And that would always be
The
part of the issue with the ladies in my life.
Right.
Was you got to check your daughter, and I was like, first of all, her last name is Scott. You don't have the Scott last name yet. I'm not checking her for being a little kid and she's not doing anything disrespectful.
But you and Tyler, so Daddy and I are tight. We're
Mm-hmm.
cool. We're cool, but we have a line of demarcation.
Yeah.
Right,
You
right.
and Tyler don't have that
Yeah,
line.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
all blended together.
Right,
so
right.
you like really, and I mean that's where I got a great deal of respect for you, is how you were with Tyler as her dad. Like you were young, you were single at the time,
Right.
and you just like became this 1,000% dad like in her life. And then you guys were like, I mean, she's like literally daddy girl
Right.
type of little girl.
Yeah.
You
Thick
know,
as
so
thieves.
then in a relationship, that would be interesting for
Right.
the woman, because at some point they want to be that. You know,
yeah.
even for the child's mama, even if you were married to the mother,
Right.
and that you guys had that relationship, that's hard for the woman a lot of times. Many women have
I was
that.
gonna say.
I don't have that piece of it for that,
Right.
because I like the joy of people being happy and being and loving their child like that. But I understand
Oh, yeah.
how it could be an issue, because you have to really do a lot of work with yourself to be okay with
With that.
somebody loving somebody like that. It might
Right.
be kind of funky with you. Like you would get into it with them, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
wouldn't get into it with Tyler. So
Right.
they're
Yeah.
like, okay, well, what about, then women have to have a certain level of security, not to then be mean to the child or
right.
do things because of their own stuff, you know. And
I always
yeah.
try to explain to them it's a different kind of love. Like this little girl came out with my face.
Right,
This
right.
woman came
his
out.
daughter.
And
Yeah, yeah.
This little girl
With your
came-
chromosomes.
Yeah, exactly. My chromosomes. I was like, so, and literally when she came out of my face, my decision was, I'm gonna do for her like my daddy did for me, which is always be there, do everything I can as a father. So then when we were arguing about stuff, I was like, this makes no sense. And the people that would usually do the arguing like that would be the ones who didn't have fathers in their life like that.
Right, because they
So,
wanted what she had, right.
yeah.
So I'm saying that
So
they
mine was
would
like
have
a
to have some
jealousy thing.
security.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Or like threaten or something. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man.
This one, she didn't tell me till we got older. I forgot about it till we got older. And she did to one lady, she saw it on the sofa and she's like, get your throat.
Yeah,
You did that.
I
You did that like, oh, then you started being malicious. You
Yeah.
started being
She
the
was
wicked
messing.
one.
And then she
I
turned
see
around
it
to
on
me
the
and do the
sofa.
deer's eyes.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, she
know.
told my dad. And I
Right.
was like, oh, how did you
Right.
I just started crying.
That's funny.
It was hilarious. So yeah, but it was fun. It was fun growing up with both of them and watching them grow.
like become
become.
because they're like the best of both of us, and they get along like we get along older. We got along, as children, but we fought as siblings do. But they weren't siblings, but they were siblings like.
Right.
But they got along and never
siblings
fought.
adjacent.
They
Did y'all
kinda
ever
just took
fight?
everything.
No, I would just always beat Austin up, and he would just let me.
When
You
would
never
you
beat
beat
Austin
I didn't
up.
like literally
You
beat
didn't
up.
really
I would like.
Because
You
when
would
Austin
do
would cry,
stupid
you'd be
stuff.
like, "Oh, no,
Yeah.
cry."
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Then
didn't
I
do
would
that.
cry.
You do
Austin
stupid
took-
stuff like told him you gave him the pink eye.
Yeah, I had a
She
pink eye
did.
once, and I wiped
She
it
threw
on
me on the
his eye.
ground,
I can see that.
pulled her pants down, and farted in my face.
Oh,
I cried.
Oh, I
for
didn't
so
know
Yeah.
long.
Wow. Thanks, Austin.
We throwing it all
We
out
were
there.
kids.
that
We were
was in
kids.
LA?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Austin would just let me torture him sometimes.
Oh,
But,
see, now we get the real
he
story.
would
Really?
part his
And you get
afro
her
and
back?
play his hair.
You ever
No.
got her back?
Oh, yeah, no.
Nah, he would
Because
never get back.
the
to
part
her.
about
Cause
getting
you
back
like,
is like you
oh,
get
Tyler.
taller than them and bigger, and then it's not any fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he got taller than me. And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
I remember we used to switch shoes all the time.
Yeah,
And
we
then
switched shoes. And
one summer, my foot just grew, and hers.
Didn't
Then I realized I was the big little cousin.
the little bit. cousin.
Yeah.
Little big cousin.
Yeah.
The
All right.
transformation.
Well, let's talk about something else.
Let's
talk
get
about-
into
Let's talk
it.
about some hot button topics up in here.
Ooh.
Like, like
Because
the-
it's 2019. You guys are both grown. I gotta
What
do
is the
air quotes.
quotation
Because
for?
until you move out and pay all the bills, grown.
Fine. Next year.
But there's a we grew up in a different era. I smoked weed 4 times in my life. I didn't like the high. I don't
Yeah,
like
I'm the same way. I was the same way.
I didn't like it. It was stupid. I was stuck on the couch for 12 hours.
I didn't like the
worst.
weight gain.
You gain weight?
I
Yeah.
always gain weight.
Everybody, most people lose weight.
I didn't. I literally didn't even do it
That's
long
me.
enough to do it.
Munchies.
I didn't even have the munchies. I just got the paranoia and stuck on the
Yeah,
couch.
I don't like being out
Yeah.
of my mind like that.
And so we, we drank. We came up in the alcohol era. Weed was banned, but you guys are in this new era where weed is
In
legal
California.
In California and several other states around the United States, where weed is legal. Medicinal is a lot more than California's recreational.
Right.
Like
Like
Colorado.
you can go to the coffee house, I guess, or wherever, have weed and smoke.
the generation gap comes in your weed consumption, or the prevalence as we see it as weed. So what do you guys think about marijuana and its effects? Yeah. Now you gonna get shy now.
Now she gonna go outside.
Exactly.
What's the
Marijuana,
question at hand?
I would say, what
About
do I?
people smoke? Yeah,
Yeah.
smoking.
People
I do
smoke.
think that I do think that it can be abused.
Oh, definitely.
I do think that people need to research like marijuana, especially it being legalized now. I do think that some strains
In California.
I think that we need to look into research because I don't think the government legalized it. Just be like, oh yeah, y'all can smoke. I think there might be a little
Stick to the organics.
a little catch behind that. But I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's fine. I think for recreational use it's fine. And I also seen it like used for like medicine. Like I bought my mom some CBD oil for the rubs and everything.
Yeah, I use it for shoulder.
I think if people don't want to, go the medicine route, like the Western medicine route.
We're not talking about.
Oh,
the
you're
West.
talking
about
about smoking.
recreational.
I have no
Right, 'cause the
problem with
medicine, right,
recreational
makes sense.
smoking. You have to know how to function with it because I've seen people go straight downhill.
Because when I hear function, it's like it immediately triggers functioning alcoholic, which is a different
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
Functioning
no.
alcoholic means you can drink and still go about your daily life, but you're drunk the whole day.
Right. Well, that's
So-
the same thing.
I
it's
feel
not
like that's
different.
2 different things. I feel like a functioning alcoholic.
And the thing with alcohol and weed, there's so many different strains of weed
Yeah.
depending on like what kind of direction you're trying to look for.
Go
the high.
to.
All I know is the
Like-
professional strains that the dudes in Oakland gave me. So
From the story, you said you sat on the couch, you were smoking indica. That's you're trying to go to
Yeah.
sleep.
I wasn't
Indica.
trying to go to sleep. I was trying to get the
Well,
girl
that's
next
what
to
I'm
me high
saying.
so we could go do something.
That's
and I
not-
fooled around and was
That's
That was just a
paralyzed.
bad idea then.
It was
You should
somebody
have been
gave it.
sitting back and chilling watching a movie if you're gonna do that.
I mean, they didn't have Netflix and chill back
Yeah,
then.
exactly.
So,
You had to go to-
yeah, like pop
I couldn't
in.
even go to Blockbuster.
Yeah,
I was
that
stuck on
would've
the
been-
couch.
I just
You guys
feel,
could have
I
painted.
feel
That
like
would've been a nice
I just
little
feel like
treat.
anything that you do
That alters
like
your mind.
alters your mind over a certain period of time. There's going to be some impact at some point because it's like you see enough people.
How do you feel about daily coffee drinkers?
I mean, daily coffee drinkers in excess, because like 1 cup of coffee is not that big of a deal. Most people that are daily coffee drinkers are like drinking 4 or 5. That's a lot. I don't even know how somebody. I had a coffee house. I've never drank that much coffee because it's just like I would be too jittery. I don't even know what that much coffee is supposed to do, because you're like at some point. Right. You're not getting anything else out of it, so now it's just habitual. It's just like anything. So I don't think that's good. I don't think eating a bag of
Cheetos every day.
Yeah, every day is good. Just like, but some things are more extreme. They're more extremities. Like like people think that they're functioning fine, but they're really not functioning that fine. Like you can tell that they're altered.
Right. So you're saying that they have They have different. It's like.
Strands.
Like different strands are like different
flavors.
highs.
Yeah.
If you want to go to sleep or you have a pain, you find something that caters to that. Or if you want to eat, and don't even really want to get a high, you just want to have the appetite, you can find a strain for that.
And y'all don't have no problem with this same weed, because like you said, alcohol has the same thing.
Right.
Alcohol is alcohol. It's just different tastes.
Yeah.
Different brown, white, wine, beer. It's still just alcohol.
But the effects, most
the
alcohol,
effects
you
all the
usually
same.
get the same effect.
Same effects.
Weed
But you
is
got
different.
Yeah,
Different.
y'all
Completely
Totally
different.
and y'all don't have no problem with being able to go in there and pick weed like it's tampons.
No.
Like, I got a light flow today. Let me go in and get the
I
light
don't
weed.
think Austin picks tampons.
I mean,
Not at all.
I did as her father,
Right,
which
right,
I'm
right.
proud to do every month because that means I'm not a grandfather.
No, not
You
at all.
only did it once.
I did it more than
Everything
once.
I really get involved in, I do really deep research and find everything out that I personally want to know about it. So, no, I don't have any problem.
Honestly,
Like, it's
I would
kinda,
love to open up a cannabis
Oh
club.
no!
Oh, it's big money.
One day,
Yeah.
eventually. It's already got the name.
I would be
Yes.
the perfect one to open up a cannabis store because
But
I would
everybody-
never touch the supply.
Right. See,
But I would
Yeah.
take
See,
all of the
yes,
money.
Yeah.
on the business side, but on the grower side, no, because
Yeah.
you have to know what strands, you have to know if it's good, you have to
hire
know
somebody
everything.
for that.
Well, you
Yes.
can hire me.
But a
I'm
lot of
gonna
people are
do
doing
it.
that business now.
Yeah.
There's such
Yeah,
a big-
And
I
all
think
those-
more black people should get involved in
Well,
it.
that's what they're
definitely.
trying to do.
But that's
too,
why
because
that's why
it's
they
a disparity.
regulated it,
Right.
Because as soon as when it was on the corner, everybody black was selling.
Yeah.
But then when it got these
Billion-dollar
dispensaries
industry.
and it became billion-dollar industry, I think like 0.1% is
Yeah.
black.
Like you saw the one we went to, they had I had never seen one
Yeah.
like that.
They have a black-owned one here in
And-
Oakland
Oh,
called
really?
Blunts and More.
Oh,
and Moore
yeah.
is their last name, so it's
Oh,
Moore.
And
I like
Moore.
that.
Yeah,
Our cousin
kinda
is-
play. It's a mom and daughter.
Yeah, our cousin Sue Taylor is doing
Oh
one in
yeah,
Berkeley.
that's right. That's
But
right. I
that-
forgot.
and-
Jamal and the
yeah,
Taylors
and
have
the
one in
Taylors have
Berkeley
one
called
building.
I Can,
And they
it's
took-
for seniors.
Yeah.
That's
helping,
nice.
and that makes sense because
And
you know they have aches and pains.
that took 15 years.
Yeah.
That's
Because
true.
they came to LA when it was, just starting in LA, and they got so much pushback just because of who they were and what they looked like. Even in Berkeley,
Right.
Like she had to almost be like, I'm gonna call the NAACP,
Right.
for Berkeley to give her a license, and she had the best business plan out of all of them.
Yeah.
She has actually the business plan was better than the place we went to.
But I don't even look at the smoking and like the rubs as the same
Oh, yeah.
thing. 'Cause,
And
I
we're not
mean,
even talking about
yeah,
the edibles
right.
because I don't
Oh,
understand.
edible.
You know they
I don't
have
even.
cannabis
I don't
for
even do
dogs.
edibles. I don't
Wait,
even do
They
edibles.
have
hold on,
cannabis
hold
for
on.
dogs.
No, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Rico got CBD
I
stuff.
gave Raiders
My
some
friend, you got one
CBD.
for,
Yeah.
you gave free for something?
What does that mean?
Why, to calm him down?
No, for his food.
I gave
Make
Raiders
him
some.
You got.
Oh,
That's why I
so
read.
I
When he,
thought
no,
somebody
when
gave
he
it for a
had
tumor.
sleep all the
when he
time.
had his little thing that popped on
Yeah,
his
that's
neck,
what somebody did for a
I
tumor.
gave him some CBD.
Yeah.
and
You
he
rubbed
was
it on his neck?
No, I could put it on
Drops.
his
He ain't
little
been
dog.
right
Yeah,
since. He
Yeah.
ain't
and he
barked no more.
he wasn't barking
He don't
then.
bark. He just sleep all the time.
Right.
That's why he
Barking
come in and
then.
eat at midnight. The dog
But
got the
I-
munchies.
I didn't know what to do, and his little thing had popped open, and I couldn't
Right.
take him to the vet for like 3 days. So I gave him some CBD, and he was perfectly fine.
Right. No, they do. They even
That's
get.
crazy. I did not know. They
Yeah,
have
because my
cannabis
friend, he
for
had a
dogs.
dog. His dog had one, and that's
Uh-huh.
the first time I saw. I was like, they have cannabis for dogs.
Oh, they
Because he
did
had
have
a
it in
not
that
just like
store.
Raider, a little,
Yeah.
a little.
Oh, they had a whole dog section in that store. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, because my thing is, and this is my thing, and I understand both sides of the argument, but I also know that as young adults, you have to grow and make some mistakes. So I had friends who drank too much, and I was, I used to binge drink. Probably do every once in a while now, but not like then. But you evolve and you understand, but you also, alcohol, we knew what the effects were and the detriments to the body. With it being regulated now, you won't know the studies, the real full studies, until 30, 40 years. Because that's what America does. They wait till
Right.
30,
that's
40
the part.
years after somebody's hooked, like cigarettes. Cigarettes where everybody was doing it in 30s,
Cigarettes
40s, 50s.
was the cannabis
Yeah,
then.
it was the cannabis of the time. And it was not until the 70s and 80s where like, it can cause cancer. It does this to your lungs, it does this to your body. Then it was a whole change of the industry. And they were like, okay, we got to get people to stop smoking like
It's
this.
killing them. Do you
Yeah.
know sitting is the new smoking?
Who?
That's the new. They said sitting's the new smoking.
It's like sitting
Like
down.
sitting down.
Like sitting down too long is the new smoking. I guess the health impact. Like if you're
Really?
just sitting all day, that's the new line.
Is that
Sitting
why
is the new
my
smoking.
watch makes me get up every
Yeah,
Yeah,
get up
exactly.
and
Yeah,
smoke for a
right,
minute?
right. I love that
wow.
about
I did
those
not know
watches
that.
they say time
Yeah.
to get up.
Yeah.
Walk. Yeah.
Although it's giving
That's-
me
So that's why
radiation.
people are starting to work standing up
Oh.
because they said sitting
Same.
And your-
all
your
day
blood flow.
long.
Your body.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's the new health
That's dope.
issues. The sitting is the
Deep.
new
I
smoking.
did not know that. So that's my thing with like I understand you guys you guys are advocates and there's so many advocates. That's cool. But you gotta know what it's
Yeah.
doing to your body because regardless
mind.
of and the mind and the body.
Yeah.
Because you can still be lucid in your mind and your body, your lungs toe up because of what you're smoking or what you're smoking it with. And when you say it's 18 different strains, that to me sounds like 18 different packs of cigarettes.
Right.
That-
Because there are different.
Yeah.
There's
and
menthol.
Exactly. There's menthol, there's lights, there's slims, there's 100s, all of this. But they all have different effects on your body. I'm not saying don't do it because y'all grown. And it's legal in California.
Well, I'm saying don't do it.
I'm saying
Grown or not.
I'm saying be smart about it.
Yes.
And don't sell me a bag of bullshit and tell me it's a bag of diamonds. Don't
Yeah.
tell me, oh, it ain't doing nothing to me. I'm smart. I can go to the
No.
gym and work out.
I wouldn't say that. I didn't know there was a
No, I
time
don't use it
period
for
where
that, but
I
I'm saying-
was.
Yeah, but don't.
I know plenty of people that do
But
that.
Yeah.
that's
I
what I'm
can't work
saying.
out.
Don't sell me the party line on
No,
it.
it
And I
was
know
the-
it's still doing detrimental. We were 21. We went to the gym and worked out off of 40s. That don't mean it was good. For
That
us.
sounds like
terrible.
Yeah, because you know what 40s do to you.
I don't.
But-
I don't know.
You
Your
don't
next
know,
generation might say the same thing. You did what? Off of what?
Oh, they'll be sitting here
Yeah.
20 years from now.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you will.
Maybe.
Trust me.
Because I know some cool OGs
Those
that
some
you
old
go ahead.
smokers.
I know some cool old smokers,
It's
too.
not like you know 30
And
of
they,
them.
yeah,
not
they,
like
and
300
they
of
not
them.
gonna be sitting in the
Yeah.
office like this. They gonna be
Yeah,
sitting there
right,
like,
right.
hey,
You
man.
know some, but it's
Yeah.
not like you don't know hundreds.
And
It's
I'm
always
just
one.
saying, you
There's quite
know,
a few successful
the
people out there.
conversation
Yeah.
will change
I
as you
wouldn't say
grow.
quite a few. Like if you can
Plenty.
name,
You-
so who, if,
Name
if I can,
them. Run 'em
I
down.
can even name people, but I can name 2 or 3.
There's probably some people we don't even know that
Oh,
smoke.
definitely.
But I know it's plenty of people our age who smoke. I know plenty of people our age who smoke. They don't smoke like they did in their 20s.
Oh, I mean,
That's
Yeah,
just
no.
like people our age who drank.
They don't drink.
They
the
don't
same.
drink like we did in our 20s.
Boy, you can't.
Yeah,
Can I tell
exactly.
you, we've been having this conversation. People have been having, we've been having the fun. I'm like, no, 40 is
your
not the new
bounce back
20
ain't the same.
because you can't
Yes.
recover the same
The
way.
recovery is the
after
worst.
you hit that wall, after you turn over 40, everything is different.
Yeah.
So it's like, everyone's like, I don't know why I did that weekend because it was fun.
'Cause you
and
can
you
do
can still do it.
Yeah.
But the recovery.
That bounce back.
Yeah.
that's the
a
thing
whole
though.
nother
Between
thing.
also with weed and alcohol,
I'm just
you
using
wake
that
up
as
in the
an
morning
example.
from weed is not like waking up in the morning from alcohol.
And you don't wake up in the morning, you
Because-
wake up in the afternoon.
No,
I wake up in the morning.
But
I wake up at 6:30, 7.
But two, the when you're drinking,
Mhm.
you drink more than you smoke. Like when you smoke, the high gets to you faster. So when you're drinking, you don't know you're drunk until the 3rd or 4th drink. But you're racing to get to that 3rd or 4th drink. So the effects of it
And
are
I take
hard
my
on your body.
time.
Because you're not
I can't stand
this
you.
Negroes so evolved over
You
here.
know
But I
everything.
get,
That's
I
what
get
you
what
know.
you're
No, I'm
saying.
saying because I'm just not a drinker like that.
There are
Yeah.
negative effects. There was a time where I did feel like I was depressed and masking my emotions with weed.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there was a time where I was like, okay, well, we need to chill out and figure this out and figure.
Because there's definitely links to getting high and schizophrenia
Yeah.
being
Oh, yeah.
set off on people. I mean, there's like
Well, you have to
I
have
can
that
name
in you.
a
Yeah,
number of
but say,
people, but you
Yeah.
don't. You
But
can have it
Ed-
in you, but it comes out of you. You don't know. It's not like you're schizophrenic before.
Right.
It's like that triggers it because it's a hallucinogenic in it, and
Mm-hmm.
so there are strands in that people
That-
aren't realizing, and you don't know.
And if you get one of them bad strands. on
Right,
it, yeah.
right.
Or you
I
get
mean,
them-
and there's
and
been
back
a
in the
number
day-
of cases of
Yeah,
that.
back
I
in
would
the-
say
more,
back in the day, you guys had like
it's more cases of that.
accidental PCP.
Yeah.
Well, y'all,
It's
yeah,
more
they put
cases of
doses
that
in there.
than there is of people being successful,
Right.
getting high and living a successful life. So it's like you want to count, like we can count that.
Yeah, that's mama right there. I'm just saying be careful with it, because y'all, they're not gonna tell you the real effects. Because when it was, it's funny because when it was illegal and the cigarette and everybody else was like, don't do it, it was so much like, oh, it does all this to your body. Then all of a sudden, now that it's legal, it's the perfect remedy for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just saying for you and young people, if you're doing it, at least know that there's a cause and effect to it. Because
Oh yeah, definitely.
Have you guys watched the what's that?
No, they haven't. My mom won't.
I mean, I'll watch it.
Grass is greener.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
It
but
shows you the full-on history from like why everybody got such a negative connotation towards that.
But I've already read that.
Why
Like,
did everybody get a negative one?
Because it was a whole the tobacco industry didn't want folks and government didn't want folks.
It wasn't even
using
tobacco. It was connected to black people. They would white people would come to a black jazz hall and see how much fun they were having and like what was the cause for it.
It was racism.
It was racism. They found out what it ended up being, and they connected it cannabis to marijuana to Mexicans. So a white man came up with the name marijuana.
I didn't even
just to
get
have the
that.
connotation.
I got it from just my own anecdotal experience. It didn't have anything to do with
so
that. Yeah,
it just
so
wasn't
it's
for
like,
you then.
It's not for a lot of people. And my own observation, anecdotal observation of other people and seeing their lives and what happened to them. So, like, yeah, no, it's not for me. It's not for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But wait, I saw this question on the internet.
that?
It was a funny question. It said, what do you miss the most about not being a child?
Paying bills.
That was mine too.
Yes.
I was like, I remember talking to my dad saying, remember when life was so much simpler then and things were so, he's like, when was that? I was like, oh, that was when you paid all the bills.
Yes.
I said,
Yep.
now I pay all the bills. I get it.
Pop's
But
favorite line was, "You ain't gonna appreciate it till you have to pay for it."
That's true.
Now, I don't want to appreciate it no more.
Right.
Just wanna-
Like,
just
your
wanted to
parents
get
would
it.
have the house cold because they want to keep the PG&E down
Yeah.
and you never made sense. And you're like, turn the heat up, turn
Yeah.
that heat down.
I
turn
know
the
we were
heat-
just talking about that today with Madeira. I was like in
turn
Sacramento.
the heat off in the pool.
Yeah.
I cut
You're
off
like,
everything, but I have to get better when I get back out of here.
Exactly. Yeah, because he had the water running. He's like, well, when I pay the water bill, I turn it off. But I'm at Madeira's house. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I said I have to get a better habit of making sure I stay on top of
Yeah.
it.
What do you miss most about being a kid?
Not paying bills.
That's a weird satisfaction for me, but yeah.
What? Would you like paying bills?
It's
Okay,
interesting.
because
It's
you're
weird.
new grown.
Yeah.
Oh, because you like being.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do.
Wow.
No, that's good to know.
Yeah.
You know they say
But,
if you pay bills with a good attitude, it'll come back to you.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm practicing that.
Okay.
Okay.
But I still miss not paying bills.
And yourself?
Pardon me?
What is your fondest thing you miss?
That I miss about being a child?
Yeah.
That's tough. Because I don't know, I weirdly really enjoy. Because you have more freedom as an adult, and I really live off of freedom. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
What do I miss about being a
Such
kid?
hippie. I can't stand this
That's
hippie.
hanging out with all my cousins mainly, because
Oh,
that's
that's
what we
true.
did all the
Yeah,
time.
that's
We
true.
used
I
to
miss-
every
that's a good
single
one.
weekend,
Yeah, that's
literally.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good one.
Yeah, I miss
It's like
recess.
different. You
And
miss
so, like-
Recess. Recess.
Recess?
Was amazing. Like lunchtime
well, of
recess.
course, yeah.
That was the most fun in the
That's funny.
history of fundom.
I didn't have fun at. I mean, recess was never a big deal to me.
Really, we used to be on the monkey bars. We used to
Right.
be playing and singing.
That's funny because
playing
recess at some
freestyle.
schools
That's
when I was
okay,
younger
man.
was when they would bully you.
The worst was when you
Yeah.
had to sit inside
Yeah.
the classroom for
Oh,
recess.
so yeah, rainy day
Yeah.
schedule.
Oh,
or
that
you
was
get in trouble
fun.
for recess. You
What
can't go
I'm
out for
talking
recess.
about, like,
Oh, you got in trouble when you
Doghouse.
had to
Yeah,
sit-
when you got in trouble, you couldn't go
What
out
the
for
heck?
recess. And everybody be outside.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
like
going to
field
the-
Like, I
trips.
need to get
didn't
outside and
necessarily
go
like
to
field
field
trips.
trips
I like
is real
field
fun.
trips. I mean, I like
Field
that.
trips was fun. Let me ask you this before we go, Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got a tattoo.
Yeah.
You got a mama
Who's
tattoo.
everybody?
You got a daddy
him.
on him.
Oh.
You got a collage.
Auntie
He
Shauna's
got
gonna say, I don't
Auntie
touch
Shauna. You got,
Got
your mama,
Austin.
You got Austin.
Got Madeira.
You got Madeira.
Got my mother.
You got
and
Papu.
Papu.
That's his nucleus.
Where I'm at, yo.
You're not the who. You,
Fully the nucleus.
No,
I'm the
you're
fully
uncle.
I'm the nucleus.
you're uncle.
He was Papu is the granddaddy.
Right
That's
here.
a direct line.
Nah,
The
don't give me the
grandpa,
tree.
your
Don't give me
grandparents,
the tree.
your mama.
No, don't give me the tree.
Yeah.
Well, if my dad gets one, I want one. You
Right.
can put like a little
we the
T
nucleus.
somewhere.
You literally just
put
said
like a little
everybody.
T.
Even the people who like them
I
have
don't
banned the
want the
tattoos, so don't
I'm
ask
gonna need
him.
you. I'm gonna need you to get one more, bro.
No,
I'm gonna need an uncle
don't
tattoo.
give him a reason.
Bro, you
Everybody,
figure it out.
even the ones who like him, like, yeah, he don't
okay.
anymore.
He didn't stop when he had the.
He doesn't
The
have a
left,
lot.
the
That's
left wing is yours.
No, I don't want the left wing.
Compared to
I said the
people
chest
I've
is for everybody.
seen.
Fly your dreams.
I want the one that because after he got it, he'd make it up. Like, yeah, that's from my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that line, yeah, that's for you,
Yeah,
Papu.
then they had a story.
Yeah,
like, and
like-
like, they like my tattoos because I had a story. story?
Cause I think everything through when I do it. I don't.
I was like,
all my
I
stuff, all my tattoos.
Everything
I was like, I wish I
Well, I
would have
mean,
did
for
that.
you, you
when I
might not
got
see it
my first
that way.
tattoo, but like, Mama, that was you. Yeah, you.
Yeah, you tried to snitch on all of us about
Like I
our
don't
first
get
tattoo.
tattoos just to get tattoos.
Yeah,
I
you
have a
snitched on
thought
us.
process behind each one.
It was.
you design each one in advance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. This whole thing was nothing like how it was supposed to be. I put this all together.
Me sipping tea.
On that note, sir, you keep talking and digging a digger hole.
So-
I'm planning this out. I'm
it's
planning to
involved.
make.
It's just different things. Like you see, I have all these tattoos.
Hey.
You haven't touched. You have a
Bruh.
body pure.
Yeah, I don't
Nephew.
like the pen.
Yeah.
I need you to get one more. I'll take
no,
the
no.
hit for you.
You need a couple more.
Yeah,
Just not going down here yet.
I'm gonna need you to get one more. That's for me.
It's like
Don't
a
get no-
little,
don't
it's
get
like
no
an
weak one.
addiction. People with
Yeah,
tattoos when they
it
get
is a
too
bit
many
much.
of them.
It hurts though. It's
It
some
hurts.
real pain.
It's like
It-
I know
it doesn't.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's more of a annoyance after so long. It's not
Yeah.
really
I
a
got an
pain.
avocado.
For me,
I
it's
don't
not
have
a
an
pain.
avocado. It's the universe.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I wanted was a butterfly on my shoulder, but it's just an
Oh, but we
afterthought.
might
I
have to
don't-
get one though. 'Cause
What was the meaning behind it?
Cheryl, Donnie, and the and the
That's
and the
her
boys.
kids, though.
I know, but I like it.
What are they getting?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I
understand it, but I mean,
Auntie
I'm not
Shonda's
gonna
like,
get that.
Like,
Right.
it's a good. It's right.
Right.
You know, Auntie
So-
got one when she was.
I know that's
Auntie-
interesting.
yes,
yeah, we
and
Auntie
Mimi.
Mimi.
Yeah.
That's funny. I
That's
know
true.
that's interesting. They got them when they got a little.
We're gonna have to
older.
come back with a part 2 of this one because we.
Yes,
this
because
is
I
a
don't
good
feel
one.
like
Yeah.
we
The only thing
finished
I said I would
everything.
do if everybody, because Steph Curry's family all got a family tattoo.
I remember you used to always
said-
compare like, you see, Steph don't got no tattoos.
Yeah, well, Steph got. They're not
Now he has
showing
tattoos
everywhere though. But I mean, they all got a family tattoo. I thought that was kind of cool.
You Steph. Tell my mom I'm
Yeah,
Steph.
yeah.
2.0. Well, we thank y'all, Tyler and Austin, for being on What's It Right, and whatever we talked about, the advice
out.
we gave you. What was it, Shonda?
It was all in the name of love.
All in the name of
It's all
love.
about
I
love.
appreciate it.
Yeah, and take it.
Thank you,
Take
Tyler.
it.
That
Take it to
shows
heart.
some maturity. You know what I mean? Because you know, people, your family only cares about you. So
Yeah.
people, that's why when you get to a certain age, you start not being so defensive about what people are saying, because you know people are coming from a place of love. They're only thinking about what's in it for your best interest.
Message.
So that is.
Hit you with that message right there. Message. That's also for me too. I'm Kente Scott.
And I'm Shonda.
Oh.
And did we have to do it again?
No,
or are you
we
just
don't.
kind of
We
closing
up
it
outta
out?
here. We up out of here. What's
If you
Sibling
didn't know,
Rivalry
now you know.
Podcast. Yep. Follow us, like us, subscribe.
All that.